Battleborn bets. Irregardless of what happens, we are going to guide you through your pro football survival pool all NFL season long in 12 minutes or less. I like that. We're in the upside down world. Whoever's ringing that, that's a very, very generous sound effect. As we're all gonzo guys, but you're not. You're here. You're listening to us, and we're still going to run this through until there's a champion declared in Circa Survivor. Guys,
49 people left. What is going on?
45 to
45, excuse me.
Yes. 13A, 851 entries were eliminated. 49 survived 2 weeks.
Was that the highest hemorrhage week or no? Was there a week that was heavier than this?
If by percentage standards, that is the highest of all time.
Oh, of all time. Okay.
Of all time. And then 4 more eliminated in 13B with the LA Rams. So 45 entries survive into week 14. Yeah.
But what, 375,000 a piece?
That's exactly what it's at. Exactly right. Imagine hitting that push button. I don't know, man. I'd be really panicky. We kind of texted back and forth. I said, do you have any idea how many times I had to go back and check? Despite me sending like the screenshot to John saying, hey, take a look. I sent it to you, right? This is your pick, right?
Well, what would happen in that instance if for some reason Circa didn't have record of it, but you had a record of the submission?
No. That's, I mean.
Are you fucking gonzo?
Yeah, you're gonzo.
Rob and I actually talked on Saturday, and he had a panic attack because the 13B, it was past the 13B pick deadline, but we didn't have to make one. So.
It's like, oh, we got to make this pick. Come on, hurry up. 18 hours. So look, it's a pivot, but we still want to do this, right? For those listening in, look, there's still a survivor strategy with 45 people left. I don't know. Like I spoke with John, like at what point do you start making hedge picks with 45 people left, knowing how much the pick is worth? He had, John, you had the Chargers, where they were winners against the Raiders. But I wondered, like at 4-1 odds, like with the pick being worth what it was, like what dollar amount do you even not even make a hedge? I don't know. John's waving his head no. Rob, would you have made a hedge pick?
No, but what I would have done was probably seek out a way to sell my entry.
Okay, John, how about that? Would you start to look to sell some shares someplace?
Yeah, sure. Why not? But it's, all the favorites lost on Thanksgiving, which is
what are the odds?
Which is unbelievable. And
people next year are going to be gun shy, being all the favorites lost.
I mean, someone brought up a good point. I was watching a video the other day. Somebody said, what are the, is the theory or the game plan to save these teams for the holidays the right play? And then someone responded like, this is just an anomaly. It's not going to happen again. Like, so, I mean, how about the teams that made it through that didn't have a favorite take?
That's what it is.
They were forced to take the Bengals, or they were forced to take the Bears or whatever.
And I think you answered your own question there, John. I really think, you got your main goal is to survive week to week.
Yeah.
By hook or by crook.
Could have taken the Bengals, could have taken the Bears. The game scared me all week, but
all of them though?
No, the Bears Eagles game scared me a little bit. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It sucks to go out, but at the same time, it was a learning experience. I thought we did really, really well. I mean, when you beat 95% of the pool, I think we're doing something right. So, but at the end of the day, it was it's a fun contest, and I enjoyed it.
You just got a bad beat.
Yeah, so did 900 other people.
Right.
So, I don't feel too bad about that. It still stings a little bit, but especially when your 13B pick goes through. And then, I was probably looking at like Tampa this week, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
It's a great pivot, actually, to take a look at what is to come. And I think that's what I want to do for the remainder of our season here, is to take a look at who would be still the best fit theoretically speaking, off of what's available out there, right? We know percentages of what's available that's still out there, thanks to Survivor Atlas. It looks like there's two that are really glaring as far as the games that would be the most highest percentage in regards to ownership. But the things that I wanted to take a look at is, Rob, let's start off with you here first. If you're looking at a number of games that you would consider as your Survivor pick here in Week 14, I'll go ahead and throw out some possibilities here.
I mean, Cleveland sticks out like a sore thumb to me.
Okay. So let me go ahead and highlight that game here with the Cleveland Browns 3-9. Hosting the Tennessee Titans, who have 1 win on the season. They're only a 3.5 point favorite in some places. That's the early slate of games. As I'm taking a look at the line here, it's 4 in a total, 33.5. This is a pro football regular season game with a total of 33.5. Some of the other larger
Tampa probably sticks out too.
Okay. So that is probably going to be picked on significantly, I'm guessing here. 8.5, the total 41. Tampa 7-5 on the season, hosting the New Orleans Saints.
And what's their available? They're over 90%, I believe, right?
84%
84% available.
Can take Tampa. 100% can take Cleveland based on the remaining entries. Yeah, Tampa's going to be heavily owned this week.
I mean, I see those two games being the heaviest owned.
Yep.
There's some others here that can still be taken, although the percentage availability starts to really, really shrink. The Rams, 18% could still take them. The Seahawks, 9% can still take them. And then the Buffalo Bills.
What about Commanders?
I've got to actually open up the rest of this sheet to take a look at the Commanders. Washington, 96% can take them in what's, going to take them as a 2-point favorite. How trusting are you in Jaden Daniels on the road in Minnesota?
Minnesota's terrible.
They're terrible. Yes, they are. You're going to spend a Week 14 pick if you have a solo entry?
No, probably not. I'm probably going to lean either towards Tampa or Cleveland.
Give me and let's stay with Cleveland for a bit. Give me a rock solid foundation as to why you would take Cleveland here instead of Tampa. Yes, you could take Tampa later in the season, but why are you taking Cleveland here?
No future value. I mean, that's one thing.
Okay.
But do you even have to concern yourself with is future value even a consideration at this point with so few weeks left? I mean, probably not.
No.
But
no,
it's more an indictment on how bad Tennessee is, and Cleveland's D shows up to play at home. So,
yep.
I think the only thing you would do here is to take Cleveland because you're hoping for an upset by the Saints, right? That you knock out another half of the pool. You're looking at 20 people or so remaining after 14 weeks. I don't know, guys. I'm thinking, I mean, could the Browns actually not be better? I just hear me out here. Who's got the better quarterback here?
Yeah, that game is fascinating just from a Survivor perspective. It's a crappy NFL game, but
it's a really bad NFL game.
However many people are going to be, involved in that game from especially this contest will be interesting. That's for sure.
John, you've kind of come to the well on a few teams here. Tell me about how you would rank this, because you've mentioned a few others here, and I'm going to go and make this difficult for you because, yes, you've mentioned the Miami Dolphins in the past. Here they are again as a in some places 2.5 point favorite on the road in New York. Tua was a disaster at this stage of the NFL season.
First of all, how is Miami a favorite in this game?
They are a favorite of 3 points because the Jets have what? They don't have, they're missing
their wide receiver one. They had enough to beat Atlanta.
Atlanta's a whole nother wonderful team to talk about. So, okay, you're not even, Rob, you're not even considering Miami here. But, John, if you look at Tampa, Cleveland, Miami, or other, how would you rank this out? What games do you think you would look at in terms of ownership here for our candidacy?
Yeah, I mean, if it was my selection that I still had, I mean, I was even eyeing Tampa for Week 16. I mean, they are at Carolina and it's dangerous, but I was getting down to the point where, excuse me, that Christmas week was going to be really difficult. That Week 16 A and B where you had to take. I was probably targeting the Chiefs on Christmas Day, and who knows what'll
You
happen?
wouldn't feel good about that, right?
Who knows what would have happened in that game? That's another roll of the dice. Because I wouldn't have had Denver to take there, or Dallas for that matter on Christmas Day. So, but I mean, yeah, I guess you can consider Miami a pivot pick here if you're really desperate. It looks like 82% of the remaining field can take Miami. Yeah, maybe it is Tampa, maybe it is Cleveland. The Rams are a favorite, but there's so much pick popularity is like 8% there. It's like 8% for the Ravens. It's getting down to the nitty gritty in this pool. So, and if it was me, I mean, it's a tough call. It would have been another difficult decision this week, but maybe Tampa. I would maybe hesitate a little on Miami because the Jets have been playing pretty well lately, but it's a tough call. I probably would have went Tampa. That would have circled that, and then I would have probably had to reevaluate in week 16 because I think in week 15 I would have had a better selection. Yeah, I think I had I had San Francisco pegged against Tennessee. So that would have been a good one, but who knows what would have happened. But this week I probably would have stuck with Tampa and the home team, the better team, I'm guessing, and tried to advance there.
Most of the pool would have Tampa available here. And as you could see, 84%. Be very difficult to not think that the vast majority of that 84% isn't on Tampa as the most obvious choice. Not many would still have the Rams, and those that will have them, staring at week 17 and 18 here as great spots
John,
for them to send.
I know you were thinking about Tampa at week 18, but look at Tampa at home against Atlanta next week if you wanted a hedge too. I mean, you're on mute, bud.
Yes, no,
yeah, like I would have liked. I preferred San Francisco week 15, because they were home against Tennessee, and then I was going to maybe pivot to Tampa the following week. And another good team week 16 is Houston. They're home against Vegas. But I had taken Houston a little bit earlier in that week where they beat Tennessee.
Yeah, that was the week I told you to take Miami, and you didn't listen.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't. It's a moot point now.
Of course, but still,
there's so many games I'll be interested in seeing how they turn out. As what we had planned out here, and then I had Jacksonville for the final week at home. So again, picking on Tennessee. Who knows? Tennessee might surprise in one of these games. It's really, really hard to say. And then I would have been in week 17, the week before that, you're probably looking at like Cincinnati against Arizona. So, you're looking at some really sketchy games. But thanks to the Eagles on Thanksgiving for screwing everything up.
We don't got to worry about it. Yeah,
no, we don't have to worry about that. That's okay. 18 million. Who needs it?
Nah,
we do this for love, not for money.
Garbage football team.
I would think if I had my shoes to fill here with a single entry in week 14, I would probably be inconsolable, knowing what kind of a push button this would be. I wouldn't even toy with the idea of Cleveland, even though there's 100% availability. I know it's Tennessee, but you're right, John. At some point, Tennessee's got to win a second game here, right? I mean, you would think just from the law of averages. For me, it would definitely be a push on the Tampa Bay Bucks. It's just a selection that's the most comfortable in the best spot at home against another team that's absolutely mailing it in. And I'd rather probably be playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here as my number one choice here against the Saints, rather than taking the Cleveland Browns hosting Tennessee. That would be my pick.
Yep.
For the forecast, we could go ahead and share with everybody here. 54% is what's currently being projected here at Survivor Atlas for Tampa. 54% of the pool out of the 84% available is going to be taking Tampa.
Wow, that number on Cleveland is low. I thought it would have been higher.
16% is the projection on Cleveland, and then it's single digits the rest of the way.
Right.
The Rams, the Seahawks, the Bills.
Here, with this many people left, I mean, differentiation is going to pay off.
Yeah, no doubt. Now you're asking yourself, how do I get to actually winning this thing by myself?
Right.
right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe some people are looking at it as a $1,000 buy-in, which is exactly what it is.
Right.
And they're staring at a massive six-figure valuation of their pick. You're right. You're right. You're saying to yourself, okay, well, it's just $1,000. I got a shot at 18 million. What can I do to make me the only winner here? Right. So now you're in that Cleveland boat, or maybe
Right.
even less. Maybe you're in, another kind of a boat.
Well, anybody else? I mean, if you have Buffalo right now,
Yep, exactly. So Buffalo, man,
or
that's a good
Denver.
team. What?
But here's the benefit of zagging when everybody's zigging early in the contest too. You've got more feathers to play with now.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. A whole lot more.
Right.
Guys, what do you think is the most likely upset here of the picks that we talked about? Is there a game that you really like a dog in here? I've got one, but I want to share it after I speak to you guys. And who do you think here is the most likely to be upset among the favorites?
Miami.
Okay. Miami's look, they're the favorite, right? And so, seeing them lose at home in New York sure makes sense. Of course, it's whatever quarterback
I know you guys are
that
going to say Cleveland. You guys are all going to say Cleveland, probably.
No, you wait and see. John, how about you?
I think the Steelers are going to upset the Ravens this week.
Both teams 6-6. I don't know. Ravens are probably a 6-point favorite just based on, I don't know. I mean, like history. It seems like a very inflated number.
Lamar.
Which, by the way, he appeared on the injury list again this week.
I'm telling you, he's not right. He's not right.
There's something wrong with that team. Completely wrong with that team. I don't know why they're consistently a favorite every week.
You mentioned that in that one win, actually.
Yeah.
You're like, boy, am I happy I got through them with the Jets. I don't want to deal with them in the future. But
the Jets were the better team. Almost the better team that day.
Most of that game, yeah.
Yeah, they just, the Ravens got lucky on a couple of plays, but whatever. I don't see the Ravens going far in the AFC. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, but Pittsburgh got their ass beat last week too.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. The whole Mike Tomlin thing, and I think the team's going to rally around them this week. Maybe not next week, but definitely this week. We'll see. We'll see.
I don't like the Buffalo Bills' chance here. Actually, at a win, I'm high on Cincinnati. Joe Burrow sure does look good, and I think that there's going to be an upset there in Buffalo. Kincaid, I don't know if he's going to be playing, much less being 100%. Joshua Palmer's doubtful, right? So that's another target that's going to be missing. And now on the injury list, of course, we knew about Joey Bosa. He's out. Terrell Bernard's out. A lot of holes on defense. And I think that this is going to really set up Cincinnati well for, at the very least, to be there at the end in what's going to be, I would probably say, a 3-point game either way. So my pick for an upset is going to be Buffalo Bills. So with that, look, I would probably think with one pick, or I mean, how many people actually have more? A few do. A few do. If you've been following along, a few have more than one selection left in Circa Survivor. But if I had that one left pick, for me, it'd definitely be Tampa. I'm not messing around here in week number 14. Rob, if you had the one, which one would it be?
Tampa probably to be safe, but I mean, there's something to be said about differentiating, and I'd have no problem putting in my my entry on Cleveland.
I got you have a temerity for risk, which I love. So this is
it's easy when
a different way to look at it.
It's easy when you don't have a pick to make.
Right, it'll be a whole other story if you actually did punch it. It'll be like, of course it's going to be Tampa.
Right.
John, you were nodding your head. Is it going to be Tampa for you as well?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty clear here. A pair of Tampas, maybe a Cleveland.
I mean, maybe even a Washington. Honestly.
Now you're getting ballsy.
Well,
but look,
you're gonna see people take them. I'm telling you, of the 45, there's gonna be one or two on Washington.
Yeah, we may come back next week and you'll be like, you see, double-digit winners in Minnesota. They couldn't get out of their way. Jaden Daniels is back.
Or is Daniels another RG3? I mean, the script is literally writing itself to be just that.
Yeah, it's insane, but you're right. It is. I think we're going to ultimately see I don't know, guys. Let's sign off with this. 45 left. When we join again next week, over under number of participants remaining. I'm going to say
31.
Oh my God, how'd you do that? I was actually going 33 and a half.
33. Okay.
So you're going slightly under, John.
I'm going slightly under. I think.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Yeah, it's
hard to say without knowing who's going to pick what.
Yeah, it's especially if there's people on Cleveland. Kind of interesting. You know, I don't know. Maybe like a slow trickle here to the end. I think the next big carnage week or elimination week is going to be that 16 A and B, the Christmas week. I think people are going to be in trouble there.
Yeah, I have to say yes with that. No doubt. That's when things get even leaner. If we thought Thanksgiving was bad.
Let me ask you guys something. I want to get your thoughts on this before we wrap. In regards to the Circa contest having those holiday weeks, would you prefer they eliminated that and did 2 picks starting from week 13?
Potato.
Yeah, maybe they would consider that if there was like 300 people left in the pool at the end. But it's it's funny. You were looking at like 900 entries going into Thanksgiving, and everyone was saying, "Oh my God, there's going to be hundreds of entries making it to the end." And you saw exactly what happened.
Right.
And now even
the reason I asked that because the holiday games typically are going to be high-profile games, so you're left picking between, in theory, teams that are very good.
Yeah, and we even talked about it earlier in the year about what happens when they go to the expand the schedule. You're going to what are you doing there? So there's an extra week of games. So
if you make that week 14, then you start to make 2.
Yeah.
Be careful what you wish for. We may actually end up getting both. Yeah. They're going to expand, and next thing you know, we've got so many entries. We're going to have a double elimination in week 1 and the holidays.
Well, I told you my thought. I mean, they should have a 10,000 bracket too.
Oh,
and make the $1,000 one novice.
Okay. Yeah. No, there's room for everything on the table. I can only imagine what goes on in the heads of those working in the offices at Circa Sports. It's the best pool. Bottom line, the best pool. Can't wait to come back. We'll have some notes on that as we wrap up this season. But I think the way we enter the pool next year is going to be slightly modified.
Different. It's going to be different,
no doubt.
And analyzing this has led me to believe that that's the right strategy.
Yeah. We'll touch on that for certain as we wrap up. But it's going to be a return, that's for sure. No doubt about that. So look, everybody. Week 14, we got Tampa, maybe Cleveland. We got a little inkling of maybe Washington. I'd love to know what do you all think? What would your survivor pick be here for week number 14? Drop those in the comments. See if you match up with us as we look towards the last parts of the survivor pool entry. This is a lot of fun, guys. Despite us not being part of it, I still like to break down these games and see how we end up doing.
No, we made it further than 95% of the rest of the people, so we have to hang our hat on that.
Yes, we did. Well, everybody, thanks again for joining us here in episode number 14. We'll see you again next week. Same time, same channel for Mr. John Howard, Rob Ginter. Thanks so much. See you again next week.